Good evening, Soldier Boy here, and welcome back to The Witcher Wild Hunt for the continuation of our Let's Playthrough. Good evening, I hope you're well, and I hope your weekend is going the way you want it to. We're back this evening for 2 hours as we continue Geralt of Riviera's adventure, shall we say. In the last stream, we managed to get quite a lot of side stuff done. We're kind of on the verge of going to Skellige, but we needed to finish off a few lower level stuff that we hadn't managed to do just yet. And we did quite a lot of that in the previous stream. We even met a troll who is a very friendly troll who enjoys following orders to the T. Yeah, you do meet some interesting people on your journeys and these things. We also had a few run-ins. We did a nest as well. So I'm trying to remember exactly what we did at the same time. But we did quite a bit. So this evening we want to finish off any other side missions that were left that we didn't manage to do last stream. And then we're going to hopefully go to Skellige. Hopefully there's enough time this evening to head there. If not, it'll be in the next stream next week. For those that aren't aware, the schedule does go out tomorrow. 1 PM GMT for the scheduled video. 8 PM GMT for the live stream community post. So have a look at those to know what's happening next week. We've got some important things happening next week for the channel. We have the Jedi Survivor launch on Friday morning. We'll be live for 3.5 hours on the day of release. I'll just read through what I actually did in the previous stream, actually, while I remember. We met a troll. I said that we finished off Zoltan's cards that he needed before he was double-crossed. We then dealt with that. We had a mission go wrong with Roach. We had to go in and rescue some of his fighters who had decided upon themselves to go and help defend the village, and we didn't get there in time. These guys that we were fighting were heavily armoured, and we just couldn't fight our way through, and he lost someone very important to him. So that mission failed, unfortunately, and that will probably change something somewhere in the story. And we did finish by heading to Philippa Eilhart's hideout to see if she was there, but instead we did meet something else. That's where we left it. We actually met the witch hunters. They were outside the hideout. We went in, dealt with the bodyguard inside, and then we had to deal with the witch hunters once again. We have this love-hate relationship with witch hunters.
Wounded and tired, Ciri collapsed.
We end up killing a lot of them.
Some peasants found her and took her to the Baron, Valen's self-appointed ruler. The warlord took the young woman in, had her nursed back to health, then sent her on her way to Novigrad.
So I just wanted to check the sound, but I've got adverts so I can check the sound. Come on, I just need to check the sound. Okay, I think we're good. There we go. So all I was waiting to do was check the sound and look at adverts instead. But yes, so we've got 2 hours this evening to see how much more we can do. So this mission, we still need to go back to Radovid, talk about Philippa and what we found. We also leveled up. We're now level 18. Gear-wise, we have we've changed the Dwarven Axe to this axe here, the Wild Hunt Warrior Axe, as it was better. We've got new boots. We need to stash those at some point before I forget. We did gain this sword, the Headhunter, as well, but again, we leveled up and now it's no good to us. That tends to happen quite a lot. We've actually got a couple of crossbows we do need to sell as well. They're not worth anything though. A lot of stuff we get isn't worth anything, to be fair. I think in our stash we actually have another crossbow. It's probably better. We still don't use it. I need to remember to start using crossbow a bit more. So we're heading to Radovid. Tell him of what we learnt here. Because he sent us this mission in the first place. And then from there we need to go back to the stash, drop off a load of stuff. We need to sell a load of gear as well, ideally sooner rather than later. And then it depends what Radovid wants from us next. If we look at secondary quest and what's left that's under our level, there's this one here, but I'm pretty sure that is in Skellige anyway, which is where we're heading. But I'm not worried about collecting the money at any point. No, it's Pharaoh. That again is Skellige. Cabaret we do need to do. Now or never, we've got to meet Triss again. We've got 2 missions with Triss. Witcher contracts, did we get everything done with those? That one we'll go back and collect money at some point. I'm in no rush. Oh, Deadly Delights. There is one to do in Novigrad. 2 to do in Novigrad. So we've got 2 Witcher contracts, a few side missions. And then once they're all done, we will head to Skellige. Thank you for the like, that was much appreciated. that is the plan. But we need to finish off this mission that we started in the last stream and finished part of it in the last stream. So we need to head back to Radovid and tell him what we found in Philippa Eilhart's hidden hideout. I'm saying it really weirdly, I don't mean to. It's just I know what I was going to say. It's like, that sounds really weird. Okay, we can fast travel to Radovid as well. I think the biggest disappointment in the last stream was the fact we found that mission with Roach. Really annoyed that we did so, but them guys were so heavily armoured. We just couldn't get through him in time to save his friend, unfortunately. So off to Oxenfurt Harbour, then we're going to go and see Radovid from there. Crazy Iceman, good evening, hope you're well. I'm okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm struggling a little bit sleep-wise, which is not helping with other things. But other than that, I'm okay, thank you. How's your weekend been? Great. I'm just trying to look where we get on. I think we do need to get through the guards to get on the boat, to be fair. They should let us through.
Redania.
Yeah, cool. They don't like us. They don't have much choice since we need to go and see
This is the ship of
person in charge.
Radovid V, King of Redania. State your business.
Want to see the king?
I want to see the king. It's about Philippa Eilhart.
If that's the case, come with me. But no sudden moves.
They haven't got a choice but to let us on the boat. They're not pleased to see us, but no, we can do what we can do.
Witcher, any progress?
And we did have to kill all the witch hunters at the same time. No, thinks she's dead, and knows she's trying to restore her eyesight. We've got to decide what we want to tell him. I don't want to lie to him. Obviously, this guy has a big army with one man. Nobody found this crystal. Noah thinks she's dead. I don't think she's dead, though. I know she's trying to restore her eyesight. I think we're crystal. I think that's truthful, at least.
No, wasn't in her hideout, but I found this crystal there.
Will he know what it is?
A shiny bauble,
No,
I
he
would have
doesn't.
gone to a jeweler. You were to bring me Eilhart.
This is a megascope crystal. The mages you keep in prison should be able to extract something from it.
Okay, got his interest.
Oh, at last. They might prove useful.
That's
exactly
intrigued
what I
him.
expected, but very well. You've earned your pay. Now forgive me. I've affairs to which I must attend.
I don't know. We've got her in a bit of trouble. I wasn't particularly keen on finding her for Radovid anyway, but we kind of have to do what we have to do. I know there are experience points coming in as well. Now, I'm surprised there's not a shop around here, to be fair. Why is there lots of plants below me? That's really weird. Ignore the mission that's currently up. It just goes on there standard. Right, we've got an armour over here. We do want to go to the armour. We have got a load of stuff to sell. Loads of weapons and things. So we'll go and do this. Then we'll fast travel to Novigrad. We've got a few things to do there. Side missions, meet Triss, do some couple of witch contracts. And then hopefully Skellige. That's the plan. How's your weekend been so far then, Crazy Irishman?
Greetings again. So, you got a job for me, an interesting one.
Would like him to
Show
make
me
me
what you have in
something, but I know we can't at the minute. The wife was on nights last night and I couldn't sleep until about 5, and that's not good. I know that feeling though. Okay, so we could buy, it's 768 crowns. We could buy a better armour. I've been it's annoying me the armour we're wearing, just more the look of it is what's annoying me. And I don't normally care about cosmetics, but it's been bugging me. Somewhat rotten. Then we haven't long made this one. I don't really want to spend that kind of money. Assassin boots though. Same as ours. Higher level. We'll lose a little. Ours are armor piercing. Yeah, you can. No, let's keep their boots for a minute. I don't think there's anything else that's going to help us. Oh, there's loads of armour that would help us. Right, so before we do go too far with this, them boots need to be stashed. They're the White Tiger West boots. The Reaver's boots can go. Not going to get that much money for them. Weapon-wise, none of these are any good. So all these swords that we got off the Witch Hunters, they can all be sold. I'm keeping the two up top. don't tend to change. I tend to keep swords with nice names. It's a weird thing. Well, I'll end up putting them in my stash and keeping them. I can't help myself but keep weird named stuff. Okay, do we... That's level 19. We're not going to be there yet. It's annoying you can't see what it looks like before you buy it, because I'd love to. Level 8. I'm just looking at what possible we could buy that we could craft, potentially. But it has to be... It needs to be around our level. We can actually craft... We could actually buy the ability to craft armor repair kits. 15%. 40%. That's actually really good. Admittedly, we have a few. But actually, that's pretty good, especially the 40% fix. 15 there, that's 40. We could craft our own. I think I might take the Dargon for crafting. It's only 26 crowns, so I think it's worth it. We could. It's not worth crafting glyphs. We don't really add them on. It's more of an end game thing, I would have said, or you want the extra bonus. But for us, I don't think it's any real need for it. I am considering the armor, but I begrudge paying that kind of money for an armor for a piece of armor that probably won't last very long. That's the same one as the one we're wearing, isn't it? There are some decent gloves though as well. Okay, and what I think we should check is crafting. Can we craft anything? While we're here, let's repair everything first. I do always forget to repair everything. So let's repair everything. Especially our silver sword. That definitely needs repairing. That's 160 crowns right there. Can we craft anything that would increase what we're wearing now? So we could craft the Axeman's boots, although it's heavy gear, which could be an issue. It does give us an extra 7 armor though. Close to Platinum FS22, nice. I'm Platinum that, plus playing more Batman Arkham Asylum than do the other Arkham games. Are you playing the Platinum Arkham Asylum, are you? And if so, what do you think of the challenges? Admittedly, it could just be me that's rubbish at it. I openly accept I'm not very good at challenges. Oh, that's level 18, but we need the basic. Oh, we could craft the enhanced Griffin armor, but we need the basic first, and we don't have it. That's annoying, because I would love to be able to craft that. That's currently our level as well. I don't think there's anything else we can. Go down to the bottom. But for some reason, it does things in half. You've got certain things in certain places and others not. Right, so we could craft. I mean, that's heavy gear as well. I don't like heavy gear because you lose so much stamina. It's not worth it, I don't think. That's heavy gear as well. That's likely, but no good to us. Okay, I think we leave as we are then. We've sold a lot of the stuff we don't need, which is a bonus. That's what we desperately need to do, is get rid of all the stuff, clear ourselves out. So we've got a few things we need to store away. Other than that, it's time to head back to Novigrad. And then from there, like I said, we've got a few missions to do in Novigrad, and then we're off to Skellige. We are making progress. Still so much things to do. I love the way as well. In the last stream before, we did a mission involving a load of pigs, and there was someone in chat who has played this game for a massive amount of hours and had never seen the mission we were currently doing. That's what I like so much about this, is you could have played this to death, and yet there's still things you may never have seen. You're not going to do the challenges. I know that I could do the story challenge, but I'm not. You don't want to do the others then. It's not just me that isn't a fan of challenges. Okay, we're going to head to our dandelion shop, I should say. Store the stuff that we're not obviously getting rid of.
Wonderful.
And then we're going to look at the missions and go and do probably Triss's first. We've got 2 missions with Triss. One is a statue we've done previously, but this is a different one. We've also got a mission with Dandelion, I think, to do as well. He wants us to go and get him a sword. I just want to double check we haven't got anything better in our box for us to use as well. That's the thing. So the Dwarven Axe can go. can be added to our collection. Headhunter as well. Keep those, and they're no good. They're part of the armor set from the Netflix series. You're looking at getting the Gotham Knights Deluxe Edition. It's only $31.99. What do you get for the Deluxe Edition though? If it's cosmetics, then I personally wouldn't say it's worth it. That's the thing. I don't. But I've pre-ordered Jedi Survivor for Friday morning, and there was £20 difference between standard and deluxe, and the difference was cosmetics. So there's no point for me. Obviously, if you want the cosmetics, then yeah, but I don't see the point in spending an extra £20 for a few cosmetics that probably won't even last that long. Okay, I'm just double checking we haven't got anything stored that we could make use of. I do store some rubbish. I know I do. I can't help myself. A sword of a decent name I have to keep. Plus, obviously, any Witcher gear as well. Just checking I haven't chucked anything in here that could be used. So that crossbow is better than one we currently use, so that should be honest. Not that we use a crossbow, admittedly. Swords we just put in. We have some bolts as well. I need to start using the crossbow more, I really do. Okay, I think that's it.
You don't know how to give, you can't receive.
So the only thing...
To give, you got to have talent.
Dandelion gonna talk to us?
Got a minute?
For you, my friend, always.
We'll quickly ask his questions. We haven't asked him any of these. How come you own a tavern, that kind of stuff? And then we'll head off to Triss.
How do you wind up owning this establishment?
You'll never believe this. I inherited it.
I love talking to Dandelion though. He's so flamboyant, and the way he talks is really cool.
Senior himself.
You're right. I don't believe it.
Alonzo ruled the local underworld with an iron fist, but deep down, he was a romantic, pure as they come. This place is one of the reasons his son's not my biggest fan. See, Cyprian Jr., that is, wanted to make this a brothel, but the Rosemary went to me, and I planned to turn it into the most elegant venue in town. A den of art and culture.
Do you now? Okay.
How do you and Priscilla meet?
It was at the court of Duke Hereward, the annual balladry contest. We faced off in the final.
Who won?
I don't remember.
I bet. Probably lost and you don't want to admit it.
Actually, she'd caught my eye, so I let her win. I was counting on getting a prize after the contest.
And? Did you?
That, my friend, is not your concern.
Okay, we can actually want a portrait. We gained a portrait, didn't we? As well. I don't know if that's a last stream or the stream before.
Got a portrait of Hierarch Himmelford I'm willing to part with. Want it?
Yes, those halfling painters. This one of theirs? Wonderful. I put this up at the Rosemary in time. It'll make those temple guard inspections so much easier.
There we go. We've managed to get rid of our painting.
Ran into Molly. She says hello.
Molly?
Which Molly?
One you promised to show your butterfly collection to.
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
Butterfly collection? You of all people could stand to be a little more inventive.
Molly didn't need inventive. She needed attentive. Average, run-of-the-mill girl. But give her a smile. Notice her shoes. Let her chat about them a bit. And she'd turn into a wellspring of passion.
I'm hoping Priscilla can't hear him currently. Right, that's everything asked.
See you, Dandelion.
Just gives a little bit of background. So, let's swap out our crossbow and then we can crack on with our missions. We'll sell this one at some point. I need to start trying to use a crossbow a little bit, don't I, really? It's one of those things I keep meaning to use more and I never get to it. Okay, so we'll do the statuette first, and then we'll do Now or Never with Triss. So we've already done one of these. We found a statuette, I think it was, and Triss managed to free the spirit from inside, which was someone that had been trapped by a succubus, I think it was. And they were grateful for us for saving them. Perfect. I'm guessing this will be something similar, would be my guess. But it's easy XP, at the very least. So let's go and do that. There's nothing else around us really that is worth us grabbing. I kind of want the feline basic armor. We've got to. I don't know where to find it. Obviously, I don't want to look it up. We want to try and do it naturally. If we never come across it, we never come across it. But hopefully, with our playstyle, we should come across it at some point. Probably when we're massively over leveled and no good to us anymore. That's normally when it happens. To be fair, we should keep checking the shops. You just never know when they've got bits of armor in that they may be of use to us. What's this merchant sell? We'll not be able to do the 50. You'll not be able to do the challenges. Deluxe edition, you get the game plus visionary pack for basic game and 64. Deluxe edition. Oh wow, okay, yeah. For that, then you might as well get deluxe edition. That makes sense. But yeah, I was looking at the pre-order for Jedi Survivor, and it's ridiculous the difference in price. We don't need any of that stuff. Always worth checking the shops. You never know what they're going to have inside. But yeah, no need. Just gonna eat some roasted chicken leg. Right, let's go and find Triss. Do statuette, then we'll look at the second mission as well with her. And that's 2 missions then out the way. My aim is to try and get the Skellig either this evening or in one of next week's streams. That is the plan. I don't think we're going to be too far away. We're being attacked. Where are they? We've got Igni on. Can't see him. Everyone started screaming. Geralt.
What happened to Foltest again?
Geralt suddenly pulled his weapon out, and I was waiting for people to attack us, and no one actually appeared. How does that work? The witch hunters aren't pleased. We've killed so many witch hunters recently.
But I paid in advance the entire month.
You did.
They're kicking Triss out.
The risks are greater now, and so should the rewards be.
I'm out of.
This isn't good.
But you got something.
But yeah, no, Crazy Iceman. That makes complete sense. To be fair, for that price, does make absolute sense.
Give us a necklace and get out of here.
Don't react.
Stop. I'll take it off myself.
Why is she...
Get out! Now!
So something's happened, and then we're not sure what. We're here for 2 reasons.
Didn't know if you wanted me to interfere.
I didn't. Their behavior, disgusting.
Okay, and we did the right thing, but not interfering
but they
then.
deserved the necklace. They risked a lot just by sheltering me.
We could have picked, leave her alone and we're going to cut your hands off. It's probably a little bit dramatic. So I'm glad we just said nothing. That was the right decision. They risked because they were doing it for the money. There was no other reason.
They took a risk, sure, for a hefty fee.
Yes. The thing is, they could have taken the coin and turned me
Yeah,
over
I think
to
for
hunters,
the
but they didn't,
Jedi
which
Survivor,
was
for an extra
extremely
£20 you
honorable
get
by Novigrad
an
standards.
extra 8 or 10 cosmetic items.
Excuses for
They
them.
don't have any
We could
influence on the
debate
game
morals
itself, it's just
or any number
cosmetic,
of
so
other topics, but
I went
don't
for the lower
have time
version.
For that now. You saw what's happening in the city.
Forget the others, save yourself.
Actually, this is the perfect time for a moral debate. We can start by setting some limits on self-sacrifice. High time you forgot about your fellow mages, saved yourself instead.
He's not going to leave them behind.
Vesemir? Eskel?
Buying deluxe packs, but yeah, no,
Leave them
absolutely,
behind
I can see your point, to be fair.
I understand you're worried
That's
about
half the
me,
price of the
but I
normal
can't
one,
just
plus
pack
you're going to
up
get the
and
extra
leave
bits
them
and
all.
pieces.
I know what awaits
I
those who
personally don't
fall
think they're
to
massively
hunters'
needed.
hands.
Obviously, you'll probably be able to upgrade a little bit quicker, so I think you get a load of crafting items included. So you'll be able to upgrade a bit quicker armor sets and stuff. But yeah, for that price, it's half the price of the game, so it's a no-brainer, isn't it?
How can I help?
Everything's falling apart.
I have bought
I don't know
deluxe
where to
editions.
start.
Normally, if they include a
I
season
should get
pass,
all the mages to the
that's
docks
when I'll
as
do
soon
it.
as possible. Get them on board this ship.
But other than that, I generally
But
don't.
Bertold and Anise have yet to show up at the meeting point.
Okay. That's 2 names we haven't heard before.
Bertold and Denise. Who are they?
A young couple. He's an alchemist. Had a practice in Gildorf. She studied at Aretuza. I'm worried the people who hit them might have turned them in. See? My hosts weren't all bad.
Won't be easy getting to the port. Lots of guardsmen in the streets.
So we won't take the streets. In case of trouble, we were all to meet at the Kingfisher. There's a passage into the sewers from the cellar, and apparently those can get you all the way to the docks.
I know the Novigrad sewers. Won't run into any hunters there, but that doesn't mean it'll be safe.
It means we're going to find lots of drowners down there.
I need you to find the way to the docks, clear the path for the others, and do it quickly. The hunters could figure out our plan any minute.
Okay, so she wants us to clear the sewers for her.
Now you understand my
and her friends.
Help too and put all the others at risk. Or go straight to the Kingfisher, abandon the two to certain death.
What do I do, Geralt?
Don't... why do we have to make these decisions? We should help Anise and Berthold, or don't risk everything for two people. I think if we told them to leave the two behind, that's not her style. She wants to help people. This is why she's still here. She knows she can get caught any time, but she's still here helping others. So to say leave them behind is probably not going to go down well. One for buy deluxe pack. Yeah, you don't. Sorry, I'm rereading your comment, Crazy Ashman. Okay, let's help them.
We should help Anise and Bertolt. To write them off like that, it'd be cruel.
And we can clear the sewers, no problem.
But then we need to go now. Clock's ticking.
Lead the way.
So yeah, I'm not worried about clearing the sewers. I'm worried about Triss getting caught. It does mean we can't do the other mission, because we're doing now or never instead. We actually came to do the statuette, so that will have to wait for the time being. I actually had to give up her necklace for the people that were hiding her. Oh, seriously? Any more witch hunters? Oh, yeah. Him. So this might be a good time to try a crossbow. As I say, I've not been very good with the crossbow in the past. So I thought we'd give it a go. We got a hit. Oh. Someone else is hitting us as well with a crossbow. Where's he gone? My crossbow loads a lot quicker than his does. Oh, he's down. Right, we dealt with them all. I want to pick up the bits from them. We got a few hits with the crossbow. It's just a bit slow.
We'd rather not draw any attention to ourselves.
But obviously we could use better bolts that will do more damage. It's not too bad to use. I'll have it on, and now I know the button to press. That does help. I didn't need to already eat it. A roast chicken though to get health back. They include more than just clothing, and yes, like I get Far Cry 6 Deluxe, that game give you 2 extra games. Yeah, so that makes complete sense, and as I say, I've done it before to get season passes.
Can't let them see us.
And things like that, which makes sense. Don't let the patrol see us. I think we're safe. But yeah, when it's half the price of the standard edition, you might as well take it. Is that all of them? Yeah, I think we're good. We'd have to fight with some witch hunters. I don't mind fighting witch hunters. We've been fighting them constantly anyway. Even when they're meant to be helping us, it's always turned into us having to kill them for turning on us and things. Like
This is them, just as
in the
I
last
said.
stream, to be fair.
Baron Sorcerer and his whore. She's into the witchcraft too. Good work. Take him.
No, I beg you. We've done nothing wrong.
Something's going on upstairs.
Hear that several times a day.
What about my...
Miracle.
There we go. Should have known. Witch hunters, not anymore, because they're dead.
You alright?
Witch hunters found them.
Yes.
I'll not leave here. I'm no fool.
Bertold?
Have you seen what's happening out there? They'll catch us before we can reach the port. Catch us and kill us.
Right, so we can convince them straight away with our power of suggestion. You know, use the force. Or if you stay in Novigrad, you die. We'll use suggestion.
We're going now.
Going.
Thanks.
Oh, wow.
We need to
She actually agreed with us doing that. I didn't think she would, to be fair. I thought that may have created an issue, but it didn't. Oh, that was a relic sword. Is it going to be any good for us, or is it going to be worse than what we currently use? It is worse than what we currently use. It's got a cool name, though. Yeah, a lot worse. Especially when else has got 200 armor piercing. Chance to freeze, chance to dismember. Level 14, which is why it's so low. We did get another Witch Hunter sword, but again, not as good as the Wild Hunt Warrior axe we're currently using. Nothing else would be any good, I don't think. Obviously, we can change the bolts. Currently, the bolts we've got on are standard bolts. We can put on broadheads. Now we're using it a little bit. I don't mind using other bolts. It's when we're not using it at all, it's a bit pointless. But actually, I'm going to try and use it a little bit more often if we can. Okay, we're good. I have to check out what the sword was. Right, we've got to follow Triss. And we can convince the guy to follow us because we can influence his mind. Right, we're not stealing from these people, so we're not looting anything. Hello, good evening, how are you? Long time no see, how you been? Think she agreed a bit to save lives. Oh yeah, absolutely. She knew if he wanted to question staying, it would cause more of an issue. So for us to convince him, it makes sense. It just saves everyone else.
Kingfisher?
No, didn't think we'd have to take that route. To think a year ago, guardsmen bowed to mages they passed in the street. Now we have to flee the city like rats.
I think it's all changed. Mages are hunted
somehow.
The others will never
and
make it without
chastised.
me.
Which is why you can understand Triss wanting to stay and help others. You know, she wants to help fellow mages, and that's quite honourable of her. She does put herself at risk quite a bit, which is what Geralt worries about. Okay, we just got to get to the Kingfisher, and then we can hopefully hit the sewers, and we should be safe other than drowners and things, but that shouldn't be a problem, hopefully. Pretty good, how are you liking the game? Oh, I love the game, always have done. It's nice to play through it in a relaxed style and not worry about trophies and that kind of stuff, and just see it for the game it is. That's kind of the whole plan.
Yes, you! You got water on the brain?
So I wondered who someone was going to attack us then. They didn't. But yeah, it's nice just to play it as a relaxed playthrough. It's just don't worry about trophies. We just crack on.
Too late.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're too late. Witch hunters. One down. Do enjoy killing. Don't know what it is, but I really enjoy killing witch hunters. I've had a lot of experience of killing them recently.
Damn it. We took too long.
Too long? We set out to rescue two people.
Oh, well, I'm glad you've been pretty good, Kel. That's really good to hear. Thanks for the like, that was much appreciated as well. Right. They did lose one.
Good thing we got here before they found the hatch.
Yeah, it is. It's a really relaxing game. And we had someone in the stream the other day when we were streaming it, and we were doing a mission they hadn't seen, and they've completed the game several times, and they'd never seen this side quest. That's what I enjoy the most about it, is you can play it no end of times, and yet you can still find new things. There's always something different that you may not have seen before, and I like that. I think that's what makes it interesting. Well, unfortunately, we did lose a mage, but we couldn't do anything about that. So I want to double check the gear we just picked up. Witch Hunter's sword, no good to us. No good to us. I didn't think it would be, but it was always worth a check just in case.
This way, Geralt.
There's a secret passage into the sewers. We do need to be on our guard because I think... Oh no, it's the mage's hideout. I thought this was the sewers. You need to beat the game on the hardest difficulty to play. Oh, nice, Keller. Well done for that. That's pretty cool. You've been putting it off since that will take you another 100 hours. That's the thing. Well, you could focus on main story only, couldn't you?
No. Everything's not all right.
But that weekend's definitely your favourite part of the week. But yeah, would it still take 100 hours if you focus just on main story? Although you'd need to level up and stuff, wouldn't you? That's the problem.
Why the tears, my dear lady? You shouldn't worry yourself. It tarnishes your beauty.
Oh, look who it is.
You must have worried quite a bit.
No, I was born ugly.
You fleeing to Kavir too?
No, but I am helping the others set off. You know me. Bleeding heart.
There's obviously something in it for him. The heart only started bleeding now.
It only started bleeding now.
Thanks for liking us, much appreciated.
Learning mages for months around here.
But only since recently on this scale. Besides, I look forward to having friends in Kavir.
Because you're just like, oh really? So you've got to do side missions, level up and stuff and get gear. That makes sense. But yeah, that's another long playthrough then.
We've waited long to escape. Till we could make sure Kavir will take us. Till we could acquire enough coin to hire a ship. Till we could find a captain we could trust. We've waited too long. There's no more time for hesitation. We must leave Novigrad today.
I'm really glad we didn't leave the other two with just rescued as well. I'm glad we did go and deal with that. Because we could have ignored them.
Garrett will clear a safe path for us.
They'll catch us anyway. You'll see. They'll catch us and
People are scared.
Perhaps. In which case we'll die with dignity. Weapons in hand. Not tied to a stake, begging for mercy.
If anything happens, I'll defend you.
If the need arises, I'll defend you.
You can also count on my help.
Yes. The help of a Redanian spy. Radovid's right-hand man.
That was long ago, sir.
You raised that madman. You taught him to kill.
This is no time to settle past scores. End of discussion.
Past always stays with you, it seems. You haven't finished Jedi Fallen Order. Have you not finished Jedi Fallen Order? Oh, wow. That's a really good game. How have you found what you have done in it? We're doing the Jedi Survivor on release on Friday as well. As you guys all voted for us to do it next. You're still in the first chapter? Oh, wow. Well, just could you not get into it, or other things came up?
Gonna enter the sewers now. I'll signal when the path's clear. You follow my trail. And
So we'll have a few fights with drowners, I reckon.
I will go with Geralt. You, Dijkstra, go to the port and see that everything's in order with the ship.
On my way.
We'll meet there.
It's mad. We're actually going to work hand in hand with Dijkstra to save the mages.
Triss,
We have got another mission we need to do, but we'll have to wait for
no
that.
offense, but
Offense taken. Stop talking and
You've been buying lots of games. That's always the problem, isn't it? You have more games than you've got time to play.
For good. If I can only bloody get out alive.
You can't, you won't. You've
Okay,
got
we should. I don't know.
Radovid
I don't know if we
and
should
Church
loot.
against you. They want magic to
White Wolf
vanish,
Hind.
us along with it.
It's not our stuff. It is the mages' hideout. And if we loot the gear, if we loot the stuff from here, are we stealing from the mages? That's my thinking. Possibly. I don't like the steal. We'll leave them alone. Let's head into the sewers instead. Anything in the sewers, of course, we can keep.
no need to thank me. Really.
No,
Right.
there is. You don't know how much
Expecting
it
us to be
means
attacked.
to have someone you can rely on in this fucking city.
It's all right.
Oh look,
It'll be over soon.
drowners.
Soon.
Oh, that's not a drowner. That's the next level up from a drowner. That was. They still go down like drowners, admittedly. But I immediately thought it was a drowner, and it wasn't. It's the next, I think next mutation. I'd probably call it up. Okay, we've got enemies to the left, and there's a wall here. He's already defending us. Let's deal with these first. Are they Muccaneers? Oh, come on, Gelty. Get your sword out. He does that occasionally. He doesn't get his sword out, and I don't know why. Okay, yeah, Muccaneers they are. What is this here? I'm going to be doing this thing. I think I can blow a hole in there. We go to the Ard side. Back to Igni. That's my go-to. There's a chest. Oh, relic sword. Tsushima blade. That was hidden away. We'll have a quick look at the blade and see if it's any good. It may not be any good to us. No, it's not. Oh, that's a shame. It's worth a lot of money. According to that, it's worth 1,008 crowns. And when you sell a sword, it's never worth the amount it tells you. Yeah, there's always more games on sale and out there that there's time to play, and I've got the exact same problem. Even with PlayStation Plus, there's loads of new games on PlayStation Plus. I think I want to play, I just haven't had the time. Same, so many games to play and not enough time to play. That's the worst thing for me is to a degree I have the time. I don't really have the time because I keep myself busy, but I have the time, and yet I still don't have the time to play them all. If that makes sense. Okay, couple of boxes here. That's obviously not the way we're going. Find a path through the sewers. Okay, there's a few things to loot here. So just loot everything. I do like the fact you can just literally pick everything up. Oh, got some diagrams there. Everything. Superior Spectre oil, nice. Executioner's boots. Torn out page. Fiend decoction. I don't think. Okay, cool. I wonder if that door I blew open doesn't lead anywhere, does it? There's nowhere else in here to go. No. Okay. This way.
Damn it! No way through.
Okay.
All is lost.
Relax.
It's never lost.
Another way.
There's always another way.
The passage is straight as an arrow, not a single fork.
But listen, there's an echo behind the walls, and I can feel air coming in from the cracks.
Look. Gonzalo de
There we go, she's getting concerned for nothing.
Jacob of Veraz's Chronicles. It's incredible. Rare.
You've got a lot of games on sale and DLCs. That's the thing, isn't it?
No, we won't. I leave Novigrad
Save some more money. You need to stop buying games so you can save the money for it.
Having a hard time coming to grips with it.
Come on. We should hurry.
Right, we get to loot a load of books. I can't help myself, but every time we can loot books, I do it. I don't read any of them, but I like looting all the books. At some point, I suppose, I probably could sit and just read all these books in-game. But yeah, I can never help myself. When there's books around, I have to get every single one of them. I think it's that bit about being able to pick everything up. Oh, there's a hole in the wall there. We'll be blowing that up in a second. More books. More books. Okay, I think we've got all the books now. And there's another one there. I think I've got all the books. It's one of those things, whenever it's like anything, if I can loot, I will loot, as long as it's not stealing. Right, back to Igni. There's some enemies through here. We can see the heartbeats.
Triss, found an exit.
For a minute, I actually.
Okay, more Buccaneers. Deal with these guys. A double kill there, to be fair. Right, is there anything over here? There's a chest. I did notice the chest, but I saw those coming towards us. Diagram manuscripts. Not sure if the trousers be any good or better than what we're currently using. Always worth checking. Okay, that's everything picked up. Yeah, the boxes can be looted. Everything? Yeah. So I always have to just stop a minute, look around and make sure there's nothing we can make use of. Cavalry trousers, they're one below. We've got the last piece of gear from the Netflix series gear left to change over, and it is the trousers, and we just haven't found any trousers that are better than what we've currently got on, unfortunately. That's the last thing we need to change, and then we're out of the Netflix gear. Okay. Couple of barrels there.
Stop. Hear that? What is it?
Rats.
Oh, my speciality, remember? You got nothing to fear.
Oh yeah, we had to clear rats previously, didn't we? There's a lot of rats in here. We did a mission with Triss previously where we had to clear the rats. It was an interesting mission to say the least. Okay, we need to find a way to cross the rat speeding ground. Looking at it, there's nothing hidden in any of these little bits. She's being attacked. No, Triss.
No wonder there were so many rats.
Tossing all these corpses down here.
We're right under the main square, next to Carlo the Cleaver Varessa's headquarters. Can't be a coincidence.
His debtors.
Yeah, I know we're going to be careful of the rats.
Everything all right?
But there's also stuff to loot.
Bites on my feet and calves.
I just saw her getting hurt and had to run down and help.
Infection will set in otherwise.
Later, Geralt. Let's find a way to the port first.
The people are tossing bodies down here, hence the rats. Crumpled letter. Master Varese asked about after his coin for the first and last time. We pay it all with interest tomorrow, and exactly why Master Varese is called the Cleaver. Oh, so that was someone killed by the Cleaver. Okay. There's a few bits of loot. I know it's off the bodies, obviously. She's gone up, I know she has. Can't go through that way. Gotta make sure we just pick everything up we can pick up, that's the thing. Okay. That is a loud noise ahead of us by the looks of things. Good evening, Earl, how are you? I don't have 1200, no, I have 1000 and something. We lost 10 over Easter. We have 1022 because it shows. It's the way it shows up, isn't it? The way it shows up for you guys is just the way it looks. So it's 1022. We had more, but we lost them over Easter. Wednesday. Don't you mean Jedi Survivor? Jedi Survivor's out Friday. You're bored. Yeah, thanks for the like, but it was much appreciated. Yeah, Jedi Survivor is Friday, not Wednesday. And I know that for sure because I did my schedule for next week today. Okay. Another diagram. Cavalry trousers. Get some decent oil diagrams, to be fair. It's alright, thank you, no worries. Okay, so that way there are some life signs. This way is loot. Cavalry boots, we've got lots of diagrams now. Trophy achieved, Bombardier. I think it's just for grabbing everything I possibly could grab, I think. Can't help myself but grab everything. Okay, was there any loot back this way? There's a body. So I'm trying to examine the body.
Wounds around the neck and shoulders.
And the arbitrator is a sword. Vampire oil. I kind of feel like, because we could have gone straight ahead a minute ago, we've gone a completely different direction. Can't see under the sewers. There's no sewer map. So back this way, we only came in here because I wanted to see what loot there was. She's gone that way. She's going to stay there now. There was definitely something this way, wasn't there? I could hear it, which tells me possibly good loot. One down. All of them down. Hopefully with some decent loot from taking them out. Ashes, rope ladders, bottles. None of that was actually any good, unfortunately. Triss is waiting for us on the other side. We'll head to her in a second. No, it's okay. The loot's not brilliant, to be fair. Not as good as the loot we had from around the corner, to be honest. That was better. Once we get to an armor, we'll have a look at some of the diagrams that we did obtain to see if we can then look to craft any of those that would actually help us and give us better gear at this point, or better armor at least. This is why I have to keep looting everything, because you never know what you're going to come across. There's something in here though, because the bodies had damage to their shoulders and neck, so there's definitely something down here I think from the fight, and something that's going to be tough. Thanks for the like, Oz, much appreciated. Oh, scratch marks on the wall.
Claw marks, long and sharp.
Long and sharp. There's going to be something big, isn't there? I'm sure of it. Okay, let's make sure we pick that thing up first. I don't want to leave anything behind. Okay. Boxes? How can we paste bread? Come on, give me the bottom ones. There we go. Right, I've got a feeling we're about to face something. Just got that feeling. There's going to be something in here. Another dead body.
Lantern still lit. Died recently, from bites to the neck.
That's a vampire then, surely. Bites to the neck? Right, a couple of bags up here as well. Yeah, no, we've got, this is the complete edition, so yeah, we've got everything. All the DLCs, which we are going to do. Like I say, we're just taking our time. Doing the missions as they come, make sure we do them below our level before we move on. But yeah, we will get to the DLCs at some point. More gear there. A lot of it's good, mainly used for crafting. There's not a lot that's actually going to help us right now. Okay. There's a vampire or something down there, I think, by the looks of things. No, it's a Cadacan. It is a vampire, and we have faced one of these previously. So what I want to quickly check. Let's have a quick look at the beastry. No, we'll make sure we're using the right things. Maybe put some oil on our sword ready as well. So it is a vampire, just another name for it. Where does it come under? I'm assuming we have faced a vampire previously. So I'm assuming... we've only faced an Ikimamaras was the only one we faced previously. Vampire oil should work anyway, and Yigni sign should work. So we should be okay with those, I would have said. So have we got any vampire oil on us? Necrophage, Beast Oil, Spectre, Cursed. Doesn't help, does it? Craft, I need to go to alchemy. See, can we quickly craft? It's not allowed during combat. Okay, so we can't use any oils because we're in combat. I'm guessing Necrophage, Relic, Superior Beast, Insectoid, Spectre, Vampire. So we could have crafted it, but we don't have any we can currently use, unfortunately. So we're just going to fight the vampire instead. Yeah, I've heard the good things about DLCs. I don't remember playing them years and years ago when I did The Witcher originally. But I don't remember too much about the story itself. What did we go past? That was a bit higher, Crazy Iceman. Right. Igni works against it, we know that. Obviously, we've just got to do the damage we can. We can't obviously use an oil, which will give us an advantage. It's going to keep going invisible. That's it. Don't try not to get hit by it if we can avoid it. Make sure we don't get hit. But then make sure we don't attack when it's going invisible like that as well. Bit of fire, that helps. I think we nearly got it. We have got it.
Sewer's always this exciting?
Mm-hmm. Luckily.
Luckily.
That was a little bit of a fight.
Source of income. Come on, let's go.
Lots of materials from it though. Okay, before we leave, let's have a proper look at the beastry for it, Catacans. So, I think it's be right near the bottom. Catacans. Katakans and their more dangerous king, Nekarats, are the embodiments of human fear. They hide in the shadows, they feed on blood, they resemble enormous bats, they with long fangs and even longer talons. And if that weren't terror enough, they can turn invisible, waiting unseen, while dread of their unpreventable attack overwhelms their victim. Oh, the vampire thing. Yeah, the only other vampire we had was the Nikimaris. That's the one we faced previously, I think. Because it's under the thing for vampires. We do need to craft some of these oils, to be fair, that we don't. So we have one of each oil, ideally, I think, ready for when these kind of things occur. Jurden's sign would have worked, but the Igni sign did as well. So I know it's not crazy, one. It's fine. It's all good. I didn't put up a massive fight. I think I just dodged around quite a bit and kind of avoided it. Oh, new blade diagram. Superior cursed oil as well. Is that the same blade again? I've got the same loot twice. Right, anything else to pick up in here? No. Okay. We're all good. I think we're nearly out of the sewers. But yeah, as soon as we get out of here, we need to quickly craft one of each oil, I think. Or the best of each type we can craft, at the very least. And that way, when we're in those situations again, at least the oil's there ready to use.
Seagulls. Hear them?
We're at the port.
Come on. We need to ready the ship before
New diagram. We've got quite a lot of diagrams, and this is where crafting now becomes a thing that we need to focus a little bit on. Because we've picked up so many diagrams now, we do need to be looking at what we can use and when. We've also leveled up to level 19. And let's go and speak to Dijkstra.
You bloody took long.
Did you have time to look around? How's the ship?
We took a long time, did we? Just fighting a vampire.
Sails are prone to rip like an old pair of knickers. And
will we make it to Kavir?
Provided you don't run into any storms.
I'll signal the others to come.
I think because they're leaving for Kavir, if Triss goes with them, we're not going to be able to do the statue mission.
Can I play the violin for you? Fetch some flowers or bonbons?
Trust Dijkstra taking the mickey there. What the hell are you talking about?
What the hell's that mean?
What? Don't tell me you don't plan to beg her to stay.
Why do you even care?
I adore love stories. Especially the ones that end happily ever after.
Hunters! Hunters approaching!
Hold the ship! We want them alive!
Time to fight once again. This time against more witch hunters. I do like killing witch hunters. I don't know what it is, but there's a lot of satisfaction from killing these guys. His body just exploded. I think obviously a mage must have done it, but we hit him as the body just exploded.
One last farewell. Thank you. I'll never forget what you did for me. And what we had together.
Okay. We can't get her to stay. She needs to leave with the other mages. She needs to keep them safe. And I think they need her. Otherwise, it would be stay with me. But I think it would make sense for her to go and protect the others. Personally. I just don't want it to mean we can't do any more missions with her. And I don't think she would stay. She needs to leave for her own safety as well. So, farewell.
You too. Always with a smile.
Miss Marigold!
Coming!
You would definitely be a bit selfish.
And give Ciri a kiss from me once you find her.
I'm sure we'll see her again. Surely. She looked like she wanted us to ask her to stay, to be fair. We don't know if that decision was a bad decision. It would backfire on us or not. Off they go.
You're an ass.
What?
An ass. An oaf. A twit. Didn't even try to stop her.
1 minute he's taking the mickey out of us for, you know, what was going on. And next minute he's now having a go at us for not making her stay. You thought she was expecting Geralt to ask her to stay. I can understand that reasoning. My inkling was more that we want her to be safe. And the time we spend in Novigrad with her, we keep telling her to put herself before others, to think of her own safety. This gives her that safety.
I had my reasons.
Course you did. You're an ass, an oaf, a twit. But even an ass can do the world a favour if one more enlightened tells him how.
You also let her go, did you? Okay. Interesting. So you haven't tried to keep her then once? For all I know, we asked her to stay and she says, no, I need to go. But it kind of makes sense for her to go and keep safe.
What are you plotting this time?
What would you say? How many mages did we save altogether?
Dunno. Didn't count. 30, maybe, give or take a few.
And how many would you say remain in the north? How many alchemists, healers, herbalists? 2,000? 3?
What's he got in mind?
Count? Is that it?
No, I'm concerned. In Novigrad they had us. We were here. But who'll save those in Rimba? Banard, Ardcaraig, Gullet? You know damn well that daft bastard Radovid won't rest till he's killed them all. Every last one. Yennefer and Triss included.
Moving as speeches go. Now get to the point. Why are you telling me this?
Because I want you to help me kill
Really?
Radovid.
Wow. He wants us to kill the king. He's going to make sure they're all safe. I'm guessing that's what you meant by what is he plotting. I wasn't expecting we want to kill the king.
You that concerned about the mages of the world? Expect me to believe that?
Actually, yes. But not because I'm sensitive or it gives me a heartache, true. To my mind, this systemic persecution is foremost a symptom of a far more serious problem. A madman rules Redania.
There's some fighting going on.
Radovid's father was his head of intelligence for more than 2 decades. Together, we transformed Redania, made it the North's most powerful realm. Any idea what made it strong?
Its armies, I'd wager.
And you'd bloody lose, you idiot. Mass mobilization, inciting peasants to take up their scythes, straighten them. Where's the art in that? Much harder to build a strong state with healthy commerce, manufacturing, solid alliances, progressive science, and fair, independent courts that
it's kind of showing a different side of Dijkstra, isn't it? Maybe it's not as bad as we kind of think.
Hard work. I will not sit on my hands as that little shit squanders that. Radovid the stern, my ass. Radovid the witless.
Don't think he likes Radovid.
Will you help me, Geralt?
I don't kill kings. That's the only answer we've got.
I don't kill kings. Just not a regicide. Rumors to the contrary be damned.
I know. I'm merely asking for your aid in organizing the assassination. Someone else will strike the blow.
Dijkstra. Might not have heard this, though I'd find that hard to believe. But Witchers are neutral on principle, so...
Oh, bollocks. That's a convenient excuse you lot try to hide behind every time the temperature rises. It's grown hot, my friend, and it grows hotter still. Pyres burn in every city. For majors, great and small, your female friends included.
He's got a point, to be fair.
For Witchers soon. Is that the North you
Anyone who isn't pure human is going to be at risk.
Silence. Cards close to your chest, I understand. To slay a king, it's not exactly some bloody necker contract. You think on this. Think on what I said. And if you conclude you'd rather change the course of history instead of riding its current to hell, you come find me. At the Passiflora in the Garret. I'll be waiting with my mates.
I'll think about it.
He has got a very
So
good
long,
point, though.
Geralt.
How long before, once they've dealt with the mages, how long before they turn on witches? That's the thing. Okay, I would guess we're under-leveled for that mission. We'll have a look in a sec. Just going to pick up all the gear that's been dropped. We'll look at if any of it's any good to us. Nice. The guy's hurling up a lung. Okay, these are all the people we had to fight to get the mages away. I'm missing one. Where is it? Right there. There you go. There's two enemy below us. I was not wondering where they were. They're below us, aren't they? In the sewers, I think. Right. Let's have a quick look at what we just picked up. There's another sword. That's a level 15. So that is the same as this sword. And that's level 14. So actually we can sell one of them. I normally would keep them because they've got a cool name. But we'll keep the higher level one. The Witch Hunter swords are no good to us either. And the trousers we know are no good to us. If we look at crafting as well whilst we're here, we did pick up lots of new crafting things. So we've got Axeman's boots. It's heavy gear that I'm loath to kind of wear heavy gear. Chest armor, did we get anything decent we could pick up? We need the basic Griffin armor, so then we can enhance it to the enhanced version. Sooner rather than later, otherwise we're going to end up being too over-leveled for it. It won't help us. Nothing really there that helps us at this point, crafting-wise. Let's have a look at the bottom. Trousers. Again, nothing that really helps us. We could craft the Axeman's trousers, but it's heavy gear again. I kind of think we need to stay away from heavy gear, just because a lack of stamina does cause issues. We could craft this sword. Obviously, we've got to wait. It's a brand new silver sword that's our current level. I can't compare it to one we're using currently, because we don't own it. And probably a level 19 would be better. But it is 17 more damage than our current silver sword. So that's something possibly. Gauntlets, what have we got? Nothing decent by the looks of it. So actually, yeah, no, we haven't actually got much. For all them diagrams we got, not many of them are actually good for us, to be fair. Okay, we said we was going to do this because of what just happened. Let us quickly craft the oils, unless I'm missing ingredients, which I think we might be by the looks of that. Got seeds for the Draconoid. Enhanced, we're missing basic. Enhanced elemental, we can't do. Hybrid. Enhanced necrophage, we can make. Do we already have that? I don't think we do. We've got normal necrophage oil. And cursed oil. Okay, so if we go, we can do, let's find it again. If I don't do this now, I will forget. Yeah, I think it's definitely worth doing these while I remember. So we can craft the enhanced necrophage oil now. So that's that done. I bet I've used, we can make a basic vampire oil as well, in case we do come up against any other vampires. And I don't actually use potions, to be fair. That's one thing I don't really do. Maybe cat we may need at some point, but at the minute we don't need it. So that's it. We only need to craft the one. So missions we need to check as well. So we gained a new side quest, which was with Dijkstra, who wants to kill the king. I also so Triss is still out there somewhere because we haven't failed the soldier statuette mission. We got to her and had to deal with her mission before we could do this one. This will be the second statue we've done with her. So at some point, I'm guessing we can go and find her. Have a look on world map. There's actually a mission right near us to pick up as well. Or is that the mission there? I think it means, yeah. No, this is Novigrad according to that. New quest available at this location. Surely it's not there. According to that, there's a mission nearby. I wonder. Because obviously she's not here.
Draw your weapon. Prepare for battle. You shall not have it easy.
Oh, it's not this
time.
guy again.
Brought friends.
He's brought friends as well. We've fought this guy twice. Firstly, before 1-on-1. And we've kicked his butt every time. I think the last time was Igni one punch down.
You face a threesome.
Is that so?
Yes, for you are a rogue and a cheat, sir. You never revealed yourself to be a...
You didn't give us a chance. All you wanted to do was fight us constantly. We could send him home. But no, we'll fight them all. He's going to keep going back, so let's make sure he goes back and learns his lesson.
You never asked. But since you've all gone to the trouble, let's fight.
Right, deal with his friends first. One's down. Second one's down. And that's him down. Oh, please tell I've not killed him. I think I've just killed him. For the third time, I think I've killed him. And he had a note. To the most beautiful woman in the world, such is my quest, to wander the villages of this fair land of Velen, singing the praise of Maid Bilberry. I shall bring due fame to her unequalled beauty and unparalleled charms. Maid Bilberry is without a doubt the most intelligent, most understanding, and most compassionate of all creatures to walk this imperfect world. Okay? I should immediately and with full prejudice correct any man who dares to claim otherwise. The most stubborn and foolhardy of these ignoramus shall taste of my family blade. Indeed, just the other day I came across a certain gentleman fondling some tart, and having the cheek to call her my most beautiful little flower. This enraged me so, erodorously, that I decided to explain to the fool the magnitude of his error, but he refused to listen, and when I insisted further, he fled. This truly is a land of cowards. I shall not rest until I convince all the locals that they should direct their compliments to Maid Bilberry, and only Maid Bilberry. I feel bad that we killed him. And we could have made him go home. We've beat him twice previously and not killed him. This time he died, and I feel a bit bad for that now. But yeah, there was no getting away from the fact he wasn't going to leave us alone, was there? So the Triss mission isn't here. Now I think it's because obviously she's gone away and we'll hopefully see her again at some point. But it hasn't failed the mission, so I'm assuming we can still do it. So the deadly plot is also a level under our current, which means we do need to do it before we head to Skellige. We're going to have to do it, aren't we? I was hoping we wouldn't have to, but I think we need to. Okay, we'll do the deadly plot, but not yet. Let's do Cabaret next. And then we may have to go and find Dijkstra. We have got a couple of Witcher contracts to actually do in Novigrad as well. We need to deal with those at some point, but we'll go and borrow the prop sword. I think this was for Dandelion, this mission. What does the mission actually say? So yeah, it's Dandelion's mission. Dandelion was left the Rosemary and Thyme in his will, as we knew from the conversation. And he wants to do something to get people to come in, basically. And he needs the prop sword to do that.
Come here.
Bandit wants to talk to us.
What is it?
We've a problem, Master Witcher. Mate of ours got injured, and we can't seem to find him.
Poor lad could bleed to death.
You tracked many a monster. Would you sniff our friend out as well?
I kind of feel this is a trap.
Why not? Short delay won't hurt.
Yeah, I think this is a trap.
Master Witcher. Quick as you can, though. Poor lad needs help.
There's no way.
Some kind of lead first. Any clues?
Yeah, I can see this being a trap.
Yeah, he ran. Toward the port. Came out of the sewers.
Sewers? Should be an easy scent to follow.
I don't trust him.
My wife's mum's an old succubus. Drains my will to live.
Okay. Track the smell of blood and sewer muck using your Witcher senses. Okay. Can we see anything that gives an indication of direction to go?
Did you see those poor wretches who fled Velen?
Anything this way? I know there's stuff to loot. I'm obviously not stealing off people, so I have to leave all the loot that's laying around.
What will the morrow bring?
Nothing there.
Got a snake's tongue as well.
I'm looking for something red, potentially. They give us the smell we need. Nothing there, it seems.
Looking for something unusual. For himself?
Nothing there. Oh, it's there. There we go. Now we can follow the scent. These guys are going to attack us. Guaranteed. This is a setup.
Won't be easy to find mages in this mob. Easier than you
But
think.
I don't mind the setup. I'm sure we can deal with them. I'm sure.
Your father's ill, and only a potion will save him. It'll take some coin to
Damn it, lost my way again.
Don't worry about that.
Guarantee. I'm not going to let them get away with this. There's a handprint in there. Although there is blood here, so
fresh.
Maybe I'm being a bit pessimistic, and maybe they're not going to jump us, but I think they will.
Got a problem?
Take pity, sir. I've a sick child. Even more misery besides.
Normally I'd give the beggar money. It's not going to let me, I don't think. Okay, anything? Yep. More blood. So if there is a setup, they've obviously hurt someone and laid the path for them to go so we can find them. Or it's not a setup and they actually need help.
That was 5 stone with the purest fish deck you put to the torch. Do you know what it was worth?
All right, Witchman. Take your coin, bugger off.
Oh. So they were attacked by the looks of it by a witch hunter, and they needed someone to try and fish him out and find out where he was hiding so they could finish off the job. And they've just paid us to help them find him without us knowing. I thought they were going to jump us, to be fair. We've dealt with enough of these witch hunters. We've killed enough of them. I'm not worried about the witch hunter. So they can do what they want.
Do what you will.
Need no convincing there.
Witch hunters are no friend of ours. But yeah, interesting. Wasn't expecting that. I really thought they was about to jump us, but instead they had their own agenda. That didn't involve attacking us, luckily. Okay, next mission. Well, the one we was actually on the way to would be a bonus, wouldn't it? Cabaret. That's where we're heading. So we head south, prop sword, then we're heading back to Dandelion. We need to go there anyway to put stuff in our chest. That we can't use, but I've got this weird fascination in collecting swords with weird names. Probably need to look if we've got more than one of the same ones as well and actually sell the spare. So we can get some more crowns that way, hopefully. The prop sword is what we're after first. And probably after this we'll go to Dijkstra. I was hoping we could avoid helping him take someone out, assassinate the king. I've got a pretty good idea that he's not going to manage it. It's the king after all. But there's always a chance he will. That's the thing. Right, prop sword should be behind the stage. We've been here before. We actually played a part in a play previously. Okay, so in here should be a lady to talk to.
Ah, so good to see you.
We haven't asked this about Dudu, so let's ask that.
You and Dudu.
And then we'll ask him to borrow the sword.
Yes, though he's never told me much about himself. He was a merchant once?
Mm-hmm. Dudu always had a penchant for enterprise. Probably too honest to succeed in Novigrad, though.
Precisely. I've told him countless times that no matter how many times he changes his appearance, the good in him will always emerge. Bloodthirsty tyrants and vicious assassins. He played them so poorly. That must be why. Whereas he always made for an excellent, trusted servant.
He was too nice for his own good. Can only play nice guy parts. Okay, we need a prop.
Got a request. Need to borrow one of your props. One of the swords you use for stage battles.
My. Whatever do you need that for?
I don't know, but Dandelion claims
Yeah, we've
it's
got no
essential.
clue what Dandelion's planning
Oh,
for this.
yes. I suspected Master Dandelion might have a hand in this. I certainly hope you don't aim to compete with me. Voilà.
Thanks. I'll try not to damage it. So long.
Okay, there we go. I was just thinking while she was talking, because obviously we've been here before and I'm not stealing off anyone.
Wretches who fled Velen.
I like the fact they're now talking about the witches that just fled. Quite nice how the story moves on around you because of things that have happened. They're not one to steal things unless we've killed everyone in a location. Essentially, like the witch hunters. I don't know if that's going to let us down in terms of getting certain armors and things.
Nothing hurts as much.
I'm hoping it doesn't, but there is always a chance, because we're not looting everything, that we can miss things like the Griffin armor that we need and stuff like that. But I want to stick to our principles wherever possible. Good evening, Dennis. How are you?
Black ones, Radovid. Maybe they'll rid the place of bandits.
Okay, we're heading to... Oh, we're not going back to the Rosemary in time. We're meeting him elsewhere. Strangely. Dandelion wants to meet us near Sophronia's house. Does Priscilla know she's here? I've got a feeling she probably doesn't.
Ah, finally made it. Listen.
I do love Dandelion though. I think Dandelion's one of the best
Sophronia
characters
loves
in this.
adventure-filled romance novels. I can be a hero in her eyes if I can just save her from a bandit. I'll have her eating out of my hand, and there's no way she'll begrudge me that loan.
This is about the loan.
Me to be the bandit.
Knew you'd see the sense in it right away.
That's it. That's your plan. He wants us to be the bandit. He can defeat us.
Your brilliant plan.
Convince her to give him a loan.
Brilliant, but any kind of plan is better than none.
That's not the way I'd do it personally.
Written what?
So you know what to say during the performance. Here.
We've got lines to read as well and everything.
Can't recognize you.
But
no time. Sophronia's coming. Stick to the plan. We'll meet at the Rosemary in the morning.
You're doing a 6-hour premiere on the channel.
Stop right there.
Why are you doing it for a premiere? You're going to stay in the chat then for 6 hours. Read from the card.
Tremble, flaxen-haired wench. Bow before the Prince of Thieves.
Yeah, unless you're going to stay in the chat for 6 hours.
Not so fast.
Because that's the whole point of a premiere. I wouldn't do a premiere.
Drop your sword, scoundrel. This is your first and last warning.
Dandelion!
'Tis I, though the scum of the city call me the Crimson Avenger.
The Crimson Avenger, really?
No.
I'm going to read from the card. I'm going to follow Dandelion's instructions. I'm not going to go away from it.
Silence, vermin! You shall regret the day you were born.
Dandelion!
On guard!
I mean, Crimson Avenger!
The problem is I can kill him really easily.
You're better than I thought.
I'm not... I guess I'm not meant to attack him back?
The Crimson
There we go.
Avenger.
I let him hit us.
Are you well?
How do I split it? You can't, but that's why I wouldn't... But this is what I've told you before, Dennis. 6 hours is too long. People will not watch it, which means your watch time will be so poor you won't get recommended. You need to split it into like half an hour, 40-minute videos, ideally, because you'll find your watch time on it is so low, and the interactions are so low, it won't get recommended because it's too long. That's the problem. It needs to be half an hour, 40 minutes max, where possible. If it doesn't get recommended, you just won't get the views, and then it's kind of pointless doing it. Right, we're going to head to the Rosemary in time, and then hopefully meet Dandelion there in the morning. Hopefully he has the good news concerning his loan. Are you going to attack me, or are you just waiting? Some Horse and Junior's men, these are. Or they try the luck. Come on.
Ever fight a Witcher?
I don't think they have fought a Witcher before. Because I don't think they'd be coming after us if they had. There we go. It's always good fighting these guys and not just running away or running past them, just because you get material from them and things you can sell. That's the thing. Okay. We're heading to the Rosemoon time still. And then we can always meditate until morning if needed.
So, how you go with this healer? I was fussing about minding my own business.
But that is the plan. We're going to have a load of stuff to sell as well shortly, because we're going to be getting full by looks of things. How far away from the Rosemoon time were we? Oh, we're nearly there. I was going to say, we must have been close, but obviously not as close as I thought we were. But yeah, there's no point in a premiere, Dennis, unless you're going to stay in the chat for the whole time, because that's the whole point of a premiere, is for the person who's created the content to be in the chat for the whole of the premiere. Otherwise, you may as well just schedule it. Okay, we're going to meet Dandelion here in the morning, so I think we need to make time move. So we're currently 4 AM. We'll go to 7. There we go. Dandelion should now be here. Quest is 13 hours. Yeah, so that's the thing. If you live streamed it, then that kind of time makes sense. But you need to split into like half an hour episode. But yeah, like I say, if you're not going to stay in the chat for the whole 6 hours, don't premiere it. Just put it, schedule it.
At any rate, he's working on it.
See, it's all peachy. So will you finally decide what style you want for this interior?
What's our choices? I was going to say, I've got no clue we're asking up.
What are our choices?
Master Dandelion said he was torn between boudoir style and theatre decor. Promised to let us know his choice as soon as we arrive. Now we're
well, he's not here.
The decision's been made. And the lady's horribly surprised she's to choose. Though apparently this whole renovation's for her sake.
For me?
Well, it's not for me. Now, would you please decide where I bust a vessel?
So she doesn't know the renovation's for her.
Geralt, you've known him longer.
Oh, we've got to make a decision. Cabaret's theatre of a kind, the decor should be theatrical. Boudoir style is the better fit for cabaret. Dandelion is doing this for you, you decide. I'm making her decide, he's doing it for her. She can decide.
Sure, I've known him longer, but he's never so much as changed his socks for me. Never mind commissioning a full-blown renovation.
Pass it back and forward till someone makes the decision.
You should decide.
I associate boudoirs with a feminine elegance that also has an edge. Claws, you might say. That fits a cabaret perfectly.
A wonderful choice it is. At last. Gentlemen, you're done lollygagging.
There we go. She made the decision. So it's her way of... It's for her, she might as well make the choices. Or the choice.
Well, well. Guess this cabaret's the real thing.
Ever since Dandelion inherited this place, he's talked about it constantly. I just never expected him to take action.
If he didn't get the loan, who's paying for the renovations?
Might even settle down now. He'll have to keep an eye on the business. Who would have known?
Despite what people say about him, Dandelion approaches life very rationally.
Dandelion a rationalist? Really?
We talking about the same Dandelion? Man who loses a fortune worth half of Novigrad in one night?
Dandelion can also be responsible. He always pays anyone who works for him on time, and he's never missed a performance.
Sure hope your opening won't be the first. He's still
he's not here, is he?
Well, he said as soon as he got the coin, he'd go see Polly, our choreographer. She's missed the last few rehearsals. I certainly hope he's not gotten into trouble.
Did you sort your banner out as well, Dennis?
Let me see if I can't find him.
Okay, so Dandelion is nowhere to be seen once again. Hoping he hasn't got in as much trouble as he did last time, to be fair. Right, we've got a few things we want to stash away, mainly because they've got cool names. So, why is it saying plus? Why have they got the... Oh, I know why. Think about this for a second. So, we know we picked up the blunt sword as part of the mission. Well, for some reason, it's equipped the blunt sword for us, and we're not having that equipped. That's ridiculous. I want that one equipped. That one has to stay. Yeah, there's no way we're having that equipped. Right, back to the chest. We want to store some gear away, then we'll go looking for Dandelion once again. The Goose Dog, 2 of them. That's level 15. That's level 14. So we'll keep the 15. And obviously we've also got... Oh, come here. The Tashar blade. We keep that as well. We might as well sell this one. There's no point having 2 of the same. None of these are any good. And have we got any in here that are 2 the same that we can now sell, I wonder? Because actually I haven't compared. And I am only keeping stuff that is either cool or has a cool name, essentially. I don't think we've got any doubles. I'm looking at handles and see if there's any comparisons. But no, I don't think we have a single double, to be fair, which is quite handy. Like, although that was a 2 to sure. That's not the one I just put in, is it? It is. We've got 2 of the same. So that's level 15. And this one is a level 4. Guess we get rid of that one then. The level 15 is actually worth 1,000 crowns, like just over. We will never get that if we try and sell it, admittedly. Level 4 is worth 931. That's still really good. Again, I guarantee we won't get anything close to that. Right, that's everything stored away at least. We want to get rid of. Now, let's go and find Dandelion, shall we? No clue where to start.
It's a material world.
In fact, where's the marker taking us to? That's probably important, isn't it? Not too far away, actually. I've got a feeling he didn't get the loan.
I've had enough.
That would be the only reason for him not appearing. And although we've got some money, I'm not sure I want to give it all to Dandelion. We shall find out in a minute.
I serve the eternal fire.
Okay. A lot less witch hunters around at the minute. Maybe they all know that we've been killing them. They're now staying away a little bit more, potentially. The blacksmith that we can just see on the mini-map isn't one that's usable currently. There's a mission we need to do with him. Where's Dandelion?
What's the ruckus about?
Polly and her half-brained fiancé. They're fighting. She's the only one in this town who knows anything about choreography, and that lummox won't let her work for me. Hold on. What are you doing here? We were gonna meet at the Rosemary.
We were, but you didn't show. Priscilla started to worry, so I came to see how you were doing.
Priscilla started worrying about me? That's so nice.
Less for her than for you, I'm sure. So let's get back.
Did you not hear what's going on in there? We've gotta help Polly. Why do beautiful women always end up with such dicks?
No idea. Stand back. I'll break the door down.
Okay, we're gonna break the door down.
Do we have to destroy her house? She keeps a spare key around here somewhere.
How do you know about the spare key? It's a good point.
How would you know she keeps a spare key around here?
It's not as if we started working together yesterday. Before Polly joined forces with Hubio...
You'd visit her? Often?
I'd hide out here while Priscilla and Polly rehearsed at the Rosemary and Thyme. They worked on the dance numbers I composed.
So, Polly's not one of your...
I never mix business and pleasure.
Don't mix business and pleasure.
Being Priscilla.
I was going to say.
Who you were just saying is worried about us. So enough of the chat.
Priscilla must be the first that he mixes business and pleasure.
Fine.
Right, we're going to find a key. A couple of things to check.
Where would she leave?
Not here.
Didn't think it'd be there. There's a bucket over here though. What about that? Oh, we got the key.
The key.
There we go. Not too difficult. Do we reckon the fiancé is being an issue or not?
Whoa! What the devil's this? Get out of my house!
Watch it, and leave the woman alone.
What the... She's my betrothed.
But I'm not your property.
I love her. I'll not let her sway her ass in his brothel.
Whoa, slow down there a minute. This is clearly one gigantic misunderstanding. One I can clear up in the blink of an eye.
Shove your excuses up your ass. Sod off, or I'll split your skull.
Don't think that's what's about to happen.
My friend asked you nicely, so please be courteous in return and hear him out, or we'll settle this another way.
All right, talk.
Hubio, right? Polly's told me so much about you. She said you're erudite and have an open mind.
You said that? Well, there's a truth to it. My mind's the open salt, but its open-saltedness ends when my betrothed starts wagging her ass around.
He's got this thing in his head, hasn't he, about the pub being a brothel.
Polly's not going anywhere.
That Dandelion finish.
Let him finish. There's no brothel involved.
You see, friend, Geralt just hit the nail on the head. For what you have there is the old publicity placard.
Old?
Very. From a time when my establishment was under different management. I, however, would never let any indecency take place in my cabaret. My very reputation precludes it.
Definitely got a way of words, old Dandelion, hasn't he?
Your betrothed is a first-class artiste, and I want to offer her a position worthy of her talents. She's to be my choreographer, and that in turn means she'll receive a share of the proceeds from every performance she choreographs.
You mean to say coin?
His eyes opened up then, didn't it? Mention of money.
No flirting required. You have my word.
Suppose, in that case...
I knew you'd agree.
It's settled then. See you at the Rosemary, Polly.
Well, I think Dandelion did quite well to walk out out of there without being hit.
Whew. Never expected that to go so well.
He, to be honest, he handled it really well.
You handled it well, Dandelion. Man was body in your hands once you called him erudite.
In negotiation, as in combat, the key is to find your opponent's weak spot and exploit it to the hilt.
He's got a point.
So, time to head back?
I've still got to stop by Rotlegs. Commissioned some new placards from him a while ago, but Hubio came across the old version. Plowing artists got some serious explaining to do.
Okay, let's listen to a bit more about these placards.
Never heard of him? Hank Rotlick, famous portrait artist?
Commissioned a portrait artist to paint your placards?
Henry's an old friend, needed the coin. And I decided we needed new placards to promote the opening performance. Seats won't fill themselves, you know.
Does definitely have a business sense, Dandelion, doesn't he? Right, we'll go and get the placards. He can head back to the Rosemary.
You head back to the Rosemary, or Priscilla will have my head.
Really? You'd go?
No, said that for the hell of it. Tell me where he lives.
Portside.
See you soon.
Okay, that's it, Portside. That's where he lives, just Portside, that's it. More information would be better, I'm sure. Okay, let's head to the guy's house to collect the placards. And then I'm assuming we're heading back to Rosemary in time. And then, I don't know how much more of this quest we have to go, to be fair. Not doing too badly for time this evening. We won't be in Skellige this evening. I thought it'd be a close run thing to be honest. I did have a feeling it would be touch and go. We've still got a couple of Witcher contracts to do in Novigrad as well. So, it was always going to be a close thing whether we made it tonight or not. There is also, if you look on the map quickly, areas we still haven't been to. Over here, there's still a few places, villages that have missions that we've just not been to. Not that it matters, we can always come back later once we've been to Skellige, to be honest. But I'm trying to get as much done under our level first, as much as we can. Right, we're nearly there. Now, will this be straightforward and he gives us the placards, or will there be something else going on, I wonder? There's bandits in here, of course there is.
Looking for Rotlick.
You ain't alone. Damn halflings in debt to half the city. But I'm here to scrape mine before the carcass is picked clean.
There's not enough for everyone, so bugger off. Feeding time's first come, first served.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Can't let you steal from me. I just want some placards. I just want some placards.
Take what you want. I'm just here for some placards.
You deaf? Didn't you hear me? This is all mine now. Fuck off, freak.
Well, we asked nicely.
Here I thought we'd resolve this peacefully.
We asked nicely. They didn't want to know. Ah, okay, so we can't use Ignis.
How long are you gonna make me wait?
Is it really a fist fight with bandits? Oh, I'm taking a beating. Because there's two of them. When there's two, it's a lot harder to make sure we're not getting hit from certain directions. Because they can hit us from behind, and that causes an issue when it comes to blocking and things. Right, one down, one on one now. Can't eat either. Right, now they're down. I could have just chopped the heads off. I don't know why we couldn't just get the sword out. But yeah, it's always tricky doing combat when there's more than one and they get around you, because it's the different directions they attack from. You can't protect yourself every way.
And Rodlick, where's he?
Same place as always. Vehicle Bud estate. Losing his last crowns at the races.
See? Wasn't that easy? Could have said so right away.
Oh, we've got to go to the horse races then, by the looks of things. To go and try and find this guy. I said it wouldn't be straightforward.
No.
There's always that hope it would be. So, I'm pretty sure we need to now head out of town to go to the Vegelbud residence to watch a race, by the looks of things. We can fast travel there, so we will do that to help us get there. I'm not going. There's no point going by foot or by horse at this point. We have already been in that direction before, so I think we always ride there the first time. Although I think we went in horse and carriage, because that was one of the earlier missions, I believe. It was the last time we won a horse race whilst there, if I remember correctly. They're getting rid of all the books and things from the mages. Okay. Let's get to the Vegelbud estate. I'm contemplating, once we leave the estate, heading north just to go and get that notice board. To be fair, as it's nearby. But we'll see how we do. Okay. Where is he? That's the question. Over here, I think. There's the stand for the horse racing.
Is it true elves make soup out of kids?
The new rider pulls into the lead.
Is he up for... That's a race master.
Well,
Oh, he's there.
it seems you're a considerable son.
You, Rodlick?
Henri Rotlick, artist, painter, debtor, and martyr to my art. At your service.
Dandelion sent me.
Oh, yes. Tell him his placards are done and safely hidden away. Yet, alas, I cannot fetch them, as a group of angry creditors has seized my home.
Think I might have run into one of them.
Then you know my predicament.
No, tell us where they are. We'll go and get
Count
them.
de Louverton has offered me the chance to win it all back. I'm to wager on a race.
What's the bet? We need to do the race and win it for him.
Generous. Not just anybody could afford to do that.
De Louverton is not just anybody. He's Duke Sam's youngest son. Sam of the well-known family of gem dealers. One debt more or less makes little difference to him.
What's there to worry about? This is your chance to settle up, get a clean slate.
We've had a spell of bad luck lately. Should I agree to de Louverton's offer and lose, I shall be in
I've got a feeling we're going to ride him on his behalf, aren't we? Oh, he just pays debt. I just want those placards.
Listen, all I really want are the placards. Tell me where you tucked them away and I'll be out of your hair.
Forgive me, I cannot. I hid them with family heirlooms that would work those barbarians lurking outside my home into a slavering froth.
Then go fetch them yourself. I'll wait here.
If I show my face there without coin, they'll beat me to a pulp. I must win back my debt somehow.
I am rubbish at horse racing, the same as I am at driving and things in games. So, to be honest, I know Dandelion won't forgive us if we don't get it. I'm just going to pay the debt.
Let me pay off your debt. No strings attached.
Thank you. I never expected
It's because there's always a big chance I would lose, and I don't want to risk that for Dandelion.
Generosity?
Let's just say I like to do a good deed from time to time. Can we get those placards now?
I'll bring them to the Rosemary in time.
There we go.
Just as soon as I settle my obligations.
He's going to bring them himself as well.
See you there.
So yeah, I could have done the race on his behalf and helped him win. But if I lost, and the consequences potentially could have been Dandelion not getting his placards, that will then upset him and blame us, and we couldn't do that to a friend like Dandelion. So I thought it was a good decision, just pay the debt, guarantee the placards for Dandelion, and at least then we've done our bit. That's the important thing. Right, there was a village north of here I wanted to head to, mainly because we've not been there before. So we can grab the notice board stuff, which may be more Witcher contracts. They may be lower level, they may be higher level, but it's because we've not been there. It's definitely somewhere nearby anyway. We should check it out and have a look. If there's a blacksmith or an armor, we do have gear we can sell. So all of that kind of stuff is useful to us. Oh no, what is that?
Giddy up.
I don't know what that is. It's gone, whatever it is. It's gone further away.
Slow now.
I think it was attacking that person there, and it's gone. No, it's come back. I don't know what it is. I'm now curious to what it is. Oh, it's a necrophage. Yeah, that's not good. Dismount. Okay, this, yeah, not what we want to be doing. So we need to change spell to magic trap. So we can only hurt these inside the trap. They have to be in the trap to hurt them. These ones that they conjure in, and they can be hit even outside the trap. The only one that can't be is her.
Come on, come closer.
Maybe we can hit that. We have dealt with a couple of these previously on Witcher contracts, to be fair. There we go. Decent crafting materials gained as well, which is good.
Yeah?
That's it. No thank you, anything, was there? Yeah.
I think I'm coming down with a fever.
We could have put oil on the sword as well to make that a little bit easier, to be fair, but we haven't really seen one of those just out and about. The last one we did, or a couple of the ones we've done, I think all have been Witcher contracts. So to see one out in the wild is a bit weird. We gain some resources. There should hopefully be a fast travel sign here as well, so we're not really losing out. So this is Owl Nest, by the looks of it. So we'll grab the notice board stuff. There we go. We've got an undiscovered location nearby, which is a bonus. And that's it. Out of all those, it's given us an undiscovered location. I don't know where though. Oh, possibly there. There's a shopkeeper, it seems. But it's another village. I'm guessing there's no blacksmith here to sell stuff to. Doesn't look like it. It looks a very small village, to be fair. As far zoomed as I am. Okay. So yeah, I don't think there's a blacksmith or anything here, unfortunately. Otherwise we would have been able to sell a few bits. But it's another one picked up at least, another place we've been to. So, we're heading back to the Rosemary in time now. And to Dandelion, and hopefully everything has been done that he'll be happy. And that'll be job done. Hopefully.
No lollygagging. Another drifter in from Temeria.
I've still got a feeling something's going to go wrong. He's going to require something else, or... Look at that. Recognise the song? The song that plays when you play Gwent. Okay. Where is good old Dandelion? Hopefully, everything is done.
See, the crew's been hard at work. Not bad.
No, not all. But I'd imagine something more, you know, more theatrical.
Don't you like it? But I thought a boudoir would be right in line with your tastes.
Oh, you chose it. Well, I'm not saying it's bad.
He's now backtracking.
Just different. Not exactly what I'd envisaged. You know, now that I think about it, you're absolutely right.
Of course it is.
Boudoir's the perfect setting for a cabaret. What about Rotlick? Did you get the placards?
Rotlick said he'd bring them on his own. Should be here soon.
Great! The best way I can think of to promote the Chameleon.
Okay, he's changed the name to Chameleon.
Never mentioned wanting to change the name.
Rosemary and Thyme wasn't all bad, but it conjured images of Temerian cuisine served by waitresses in peasant garb. Chameleon's a lot better for a cabaret, apart from which it emphasizes that the place has undergone a transformation.
I can see his point, to be fair. Chameleon's a weird name for a tavern, though.
What about choreography? Prepared anything special for the opening?
We haven't. But Polly has. She's priceless. Came in and brought the girls in line before I could say knickers. Premier will have the audience on their feet, on their knees, both at the same time.
Okay, when is the grand opening?
Guess everything's ready. So when's the opening?
Soon. We start our dress rehearsal in an hour. I just need to nip back home for my dress.
Thanks for everything.
Don't mention it.
I know I've said before, but I do like Dandelion.
Cabaret dreams are about to come true. So, around to celebrate? I'm buying.
Gladly. Always sit down and have a quick drink of him.
That's my boy.
I'm hoping this doesn't turn into one of those drunken moments where you stagger around everywhere. It's really annoying when that happens.
Priscilla talking?
In any game, to be fair. Valhalla was one of the worst for it.
She say anything about me?
So, did Priscilla say anything about Dandelion? The choices are quite funny. Yeah, she said you're fat and you smell. She praised your rationality. She did praise his rationality, to be fair. Don't remember why you ask. We want to tell him the truth. He is meant to be our friend, after all.
He said something that made me think she's not entirely normal.
What?
That you're responsible. Got your feet planted firmly on the ground.
You're pulling my leg.
Not this time.
You about trying to work around when you're drunk. I just don't like that kind of view in a game of being drunk. It's always annoying.
Ugh, wasn't easy. She got so excited about our performance, I had to read to her for 4 hours. 4 hours from the Cloak and the Dagger.
You mean you didn't...
Are you crazy? Who do you think I am?
I think it's more the drunk walking and stuff, and you just can't react to anything. Hopefully, that's not the case here.
Of course. She knew how important this night was to me.
Of course she did. Probably just making
Cabaret quest complete.
So it's true.
Something happened to Priscilla.
No bounds.
It spoils the gameplay when that sort of thing happens. Yeah, I think it does as well.
What? Speak, man.
She's badly been attacked. They took her to Valmerius Hospital.
Attacked? She's hurt? Geralt, come with me, please.
Of course. Let's go.
Okay, Priscilla's been hurt, so we're going to go with Dandelion.
Gods. Priscilla. Is she gonna live?
I'd say that's certain. Her condition's critical but stable. Beg your pardon, but
someone probably did a number on it, didn't they?
Relative?
Relative? No, a friend. A very close friend.
Dandelion, correct? She uttered the name in her few moments of lucidity. I am Joachim von Gratz, head of surgery. Until recently, a lecturer at Oxenfurt Academy.
Enough of the courtesies. What are her injuries, besides her eye?
A concussion, cranial swelling, incision into her larynx, and scalding inside the throat and esophagus. Clearly someone forced her to imbibe a caustic fluid.
Oh, wow. So this was no robbery, no ordinary attack.
So this was no ordinary attack, no robbery.
Clearly not.
They were trying to hurt her, weren't they?
Mind, and not its first.
How can you know that?
I've seen wounds like this. They're not the kind one would forget, don't you agree? In fact, just this week, a corpse turned up in the morgue with similar injuries. And no heart.
Oh, that's interesting. So this isn't the first time it's happened.
You mean that might have happened to Priscilla? Is someone looking into this?
This is Novigrad. Only the innocent burn here.
Geralt, I know I owe you 100 times over, but I need to ask you another favor. Find the bastard who did this.
We've got to do it. For Dandelion and Priscilla.
Don't need any convincing.
So it sounds like she probably fought back, and that's why she's alive.
I would suggest examining the previous victim's corpse. It has yet to be autopsied. Doing so could very well provide some clues.
Yeah.
To look astonished,
to make someone drink acid or something acidic like that.
Of preventive medicine. Rather than wait for this maniac to strike again, I'd prefer to excise him. Not unlike a tumor.
I like the Doctor. I do like the Doctor indeed. That's quite cool.
Great analogy, but this tumor's not gonna sit there, wait to be excised. Appreciate the help, but I doubt you know what you're getting yourself into.
I know perfectly well, and I assure you I can take care of myself.
Easy assurance to make, harder to back up, especially if you've spent your whole life wielding a scalpel, not a sword.
Look at this scar. Don't be shy. Any idea what leaves such a mark?
A flail. Morningstar, maybe.
What do you think? A blow sustained at the operating table? No? Let me repeat. I know what I'm doing, and I wish to help.
So a surgeon who can also look after himself. Never a bad combination.
Let me into the morgue?
By the main entrance, certainly not. But you can also get inside through the sewers.
Sounds like we're heading back into the sewers then.
Travel them often, Doctor?
As often as required for, the pursuit of preventive medicine.
Alternative treatments. Aggressive ones, I'm guessing. Interesting.
We can discuss this en route. Are you ready?
We are indeed. Definitely a surgeon with a weird set of skills.
Ready and intrigued. I'll get whoever did this, Dandelion. Even if it's Hierarch Hemmelfart himself.
Thanks.
Okay, let's follow the surgeon.
You lead.
Alright, he follows us instead. We've got about 10 minutes left, so hopefully we can get a bit into this quest.
So, preventive medicine you
I would
practice in the
guess
sewers. What's that about?
there's going to be some attacks.
Up drowner victims can grow awfully tedious. Is it not better to nip the problem in the bud? I tried to get the temple guard to enter the sewers, alas, to no avail. So I took Matt. Hear that?
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
Okay, there are enemies here. It's many looting things. Oh, he's got a crossbow. Why did you scream like that? Oh, I had the wrong thing still on. I forgot we changed it to that for the last fight we had. There we go. So I'm taken care of. Completely forgot I changed it. I want him running off without us, to be fair. Oh, did I miss any gear there? No. Trying to pick everything up, but if he runs too far ahead, he's going to get himself killed. Warthog. These do pack a punch if you're not careful. Especially the mud. Couple hits and back away again. Should be it now. There we go, water hag defeated. But make sure we back away at the right times really with those things. You can pack a punch. Or a scratch. I'll get some more. I like the fact he's using his crossbow, that's quite cool. Right, he stays behind us, use the crossbow, and they should come to us.
Come on.
Lost it.
There we go.
I kill one, another takes its place.
I know how you feel, believe me.
They didn't drop any loot this time, strangely.
Where to now? Up?
Yes, it's not far now.
Priscilla, how's it look? Give it to me straight, no sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal.
Nothing to pick up, though.
Voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Trobritz. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count.
So she might lose her voice after all. That's not good. Okay. There's no heartbeats coming out, so it should be okay. Should be in the operative word.
Ladder. This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us.
This is the more, again, I don't want to obviously steal anything, so I'm leaving stuff.
Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
Okay, we're looking for a certain corpse. I kind of want to have a look at what else is here.
Type.
But, yeah, I don't want to steal anything. Okay, is that a dwarf? That's not.
Looks like necrophage has got to this
one. I was going to say, that's a witch hunter. Right, we're looking for a dwarf who's been killed. That's not a dwarf. Is that him over there? I think it might be. I think that might be the right one. No, it's not. That's a lady.
Wrong body type.
But none of those. I'm looking. Amateur repair kits. I so could take everything. So I have my own rules that are stopping me, to be fair. Okay.
That's gotta be him.
Have you found him?
It's a she. Remember, beards are no indicator of gender amongst dwarves.
That's gotta be him.
This one's a she. Remember, beards are no indicator of gender amongst dwarves.
Oh, so that isn't the one.
Looking.
Oh, this one.
A dwarf, but the hands. Not a carpenter's. A banker's, more likely.
2,000 dwarves, but not the right ones. What about this guy?
Calluses on the fingers.
There we go.
Sawdust in the beard. Clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood.
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
Start the head.
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt. Like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
It's just his eyes. Wow.
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes. And some grey dust. Ash, it seems. Very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive.
That's horrific. There was a reason for that, wasn't there? They'd take someone's sight. It was a punishment, I think. Right, has he got burn marks in his mouth?
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
That'd be a yes.
Just like Priscilla's.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
So he's trying to keep the victim alive for longer while still torturing him. Okay, what's going on with the body?
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Okay. Chest
Let's
wound?
examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
The noise of him going inside. What is that?
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
Okay.
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin, an incision. But the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
Okay. Check the abdomen.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than
So
acid.
they weren't
Explains
giving them
why
acid
there's
to
no
drink.
smell of decay, and why
So
his throat
formaldehyde.
scalded.
To preserve the organs, by the sounds of it. Okay, hands.
Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience?
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him.
So in theory, he could have been robbed to a degree as well, 'cause he lost the ring.
See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle's swollen, toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Surgeon's got
Doesn't
jokes.
strike me as the right time for jokes.
Apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
Mm-hmm. And a different sense of humor.
Alright, I don't know why we need to check the genitals, but we are.
His genitals. We ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
So it is kind of a trick to see if we would go for them or not by the looks of things. I want him to check them anyway, because it could be something we've missed. I doubt there is anything going on down there. But I've got to press, we'll see, just in case. This is an ancient black market. Yeah, it does look like organ harvesting, doesn't it?
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
Okay. So it could have been a potential motivation. So it was the right thing to do.
Enough.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
Ritual murder, this was punishment. No motive, murder's mad. Rather than not showing my conclusion. Don't know. I was thinking the same as Crazy Irishman, organ harvesting. But there isn't one on there for that. A ritual murder, possibly. The eye sockets being indicated there of part of a ritual with the burning coals. But then that was also a punishment. So I would go more with punishment, I think. Burning coals was normally put in the eye sockets as a punishment for seeing something you should have seen or that kind of thing. So I'm guessing punishment.
Sure of one thing. This was punishment.
Even the witch hunters don't engage in this kind of torture. What sin could possibly merit it?
Only the murderer knows that. And it's the key to finding him. Or her. It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
I think we may have got a decent conclusion at the very least, but yeah, not what I was expecting.
Coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted. drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
Okay, we're going to finish the conversation with this guy before we finish for the evening. We're already at the 2-hour limit, and I am talking a little bit, but I want to finish this off at least.
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine long ago.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
You've not changed a bit.
A compliment.
So he was taught, the guy who brought us down to him, the surgeon,
30 years,
was taught by the other guy.
You've not changed a bit.
Seems backwards, doesn't it?
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirates was attacked there. City's abuzz about it.
No worries, Crazy Irishman. We're just going to finish the conversation before we can save it anyway. Much appreciated you going by, Crazy Irishman. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and hopefully we'll see you in the live stream very soon.
Who are these people?
Thank you, Crazy
I
Irishman.
believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As your reverence wishes.
They're hiding something, aren't they?
Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
Yeah, they're hiding something.
Why'd you cover for us?
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case?
Well, at least it's going to help us as well, then.
Thank you.
But for them not to be allowed to take the body, they must be covering something up.
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel. A rogue. Like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer. Delighted especially in torturing women. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job. Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
I think if we say I decide when I've heard enough, doesn't really, kind of is not a very nice thing to do, is it?
Don't aim to press you.
Thank you. I've nothing to hide. It's just an old wound.
There's no point pushing him. We wanted to help us at the end of the day.
What do you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
So 3 locations we need to check out.
I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
So, this mission is now going to split. We've got 3 different locations to check. Oh, is that the mission done? I think it is the mission done. Carnal Sins. Before we do it, I just want to check the level. 16. Okay, cool. So we've got 3 different locations for this mission now. It's kind of moved from the mission we're doing to a new one. And up the difficulty level a little bit, or suggested level a little bit. But that's what we'll do in the next stream of The Witcher, very relaxed playthrough. That will be next week. But that is it for tonight. We have managed to save the mages with the help of Triss and got them away to safety. Triss herself also is on her way to safety. So that is something at very least. I'm sure we'll see her again at some point in the future. So I'm just trying to... I always do a double save on the same save slot, just to make sure it has saved more than anything else. But that is us out of time for this evening, I'm afraid. We are done. We will be back Monday morning with more Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores as we look to finish everything else. And we need to finish it in the DLC. But check out the live stream. Sorry, check out the scheduled video tomorrow, 1 PM GMT. and the live stream scheduled tomorrow evening at 8 PM GMT. Next week as well, we have Jedi Fallen Order coming out next Friday, and we'll be doing that on launch for about 3.5 hours in the morning on Friday morning. But other than that, we are done for this evening. As always, thanks for the likes, the comments, and the views and the conversation. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you in a live stream very soon. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.